I'm not like Dave Rubin, a giant sellout fraud
Wow.
who changed all of his positions and is totally useless and it shouldn't even be on here. He's just a waste of space.
Wow. Really? After what all Dave said about coming together?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not got no interest in coming together with utter frauds like Dave Rubin. So, brother, you telling me that when you were on the Young Turks, you were Mr. Progressive and you agreed with us 100%. Now all of a sudden you agree with Trump 100%. You're not saying something new.
Well, look who we have here. We have Cenk Ujgur slamming former TYT co-host Dave Rubin, and they're doing it on Piers Morgan. It's a showdown. I mean, just imagine being Cenk Ujgur in 2024. So, like, for the last 20 years, you've been calling yourself a progressive and a populist, but now the world is evolving. And much like the Brontosaurus, poor old Cenk, he just can't keep up. Over the past year, at least a year, in fact, Anna Kasparian of the Young Turks has been moving away, distancing herself from the excesses of the left, and even officially left the left a couple months ago in a Substack article. But several years ago now, before that, like when was it exactly? I should have looked this up. But Dave Rubin, he was on the Young Turks and very popular. And he left in a big spat. When was it? 2017, 2018? Anyway, he left in a big spat and set up his own thing, and now he's like a supposed conservative, libertarian type commentator, has his own show and all that. And it's nothing to do with Young Turks, and apparently there is a lot of bitterness still in Cenk's heart for Dave Rubin. So let's get into this and see where this goes.
Nuance like we are.
Oops, let's just go back where I wanted to start. Excuse me for my complete and utter lack of preparation here. Okay. Right,
America, a realization that we have been on the precipice of giving away the most precious, beautiful experiment in human history on how to free people ever. And I think Donald Trump actually now sees that. I also think that post-assassination attempt, I think he has a renewed fervor and sort of realization of what his role in life is. And that's the opportunity that, again, not to make this about Anna specifically, but anyone that's going through a wake-up. We know so many people have woken up. I mean, look, for me, I think it was 2016, I did that Why I Left the Left video for PragerU. You want everyone to get there the day you do, but you have to be gracious when people come around one way or another.
Yeah. Well, let's bring in my other panel members, because some of them are definitely going on a very interesting journey, including new MAGA enthusiast Cenk Ujgur. I said that deliberately to wind him up. The host and founder of the Young Turks. Libertarian Dave Smith, host of Part of the Problem. Lindy Lee, the DNC Finance Committee member and advisor, and former woke activist turned YouTuber Amala Ekpunobi. Well, welcome to all of you. So, Cenk, I mean, many people saying if you carry on down the road you're going in the last few weeks, you will be a fully fledged member of MAGA before we know it.
Yeah, there's absolutely no chance of that. I'm not like Dave Rubin, a giant sellout fraud who changed all of his positions and is totally useless and it shouldn't even be on here. He's just a waste of space.
Wow. Really? After what all Dave said about coming together?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not got no interest in coming together with utter frauds like Dave Rubin. So, brother, you telling me that when you were on the Young Turks, you were Mr. Progressive and you agreed with us 100%. Now all of a sudden you agree with Trump 100%. You're not saying something nuanced like we are. Hey, you know, when the guy gets shot at and he puts his fist up, that's courageous. When he does the McDonald's photo op and it works fine, no problem, right? If he wants to cut the Pentagon, great. Those are progressive positions. Anti-corruption, progressive position. Anti-war, progressive position. But you change all of your ideology overnight and you expect us to believe that that's real? I don't think it's real at all. And I want an apology from you for all the crazy, outrageous lies that you told about the Young Turks. When is that going to happen, huh? Wow. When are you going to admit that you changed all your positions for money? Okay. Well, what position do you still have that's in any way a so-called classic liberal? You fraud.
Dave?
Piers, it's barely worth responding to this ridiculous buffoon who's the joke of the industry, but I will say this.
Sorry, I had to stop there. I love it when Cenk makes those faces. Well, he is a buffoon. He always acts like a buffoon, and he's not always wrong with what he says. He often makes good points, but he just can't help himself.
Cenk, I haven't spoken to you in 10 years.
Even right when you're thinking you're a total fraud.
I don't think he's a fraud or a joke. I think Dave Rubin is, for what it's worth, I think Dave Rubin is one of the most influential and significant voices out there right now. And I admire his honesty about the journey he's been on, Cenk.
I appreciate that, but the thing is, what Cenk just proved is exactly what everyone in America, and I would say all over the world, is getting over. Nobody wants what he just offered up there. Not only does no one believe it, and he had it prepackaged and ready to go, and it's complete drivel. Yes, I sold out. It's just it's so nonsensical. Again, Cenk, I'll gladly send you a signed copy of the book, and you can read all of my thoughts. And if you're anti-corruption and you're anti-war, you should be on the Trump train. But your endless hatred, the division that you sow, calling everyone racist and white supremacists, all of that stuff, it's why you're not respected. But I don't mean to get into the personal side of that. I'm talking about now something that culturally has shifted, and everyone can see the grift that you're up to, trying to sort of dance with the thing. But it's just not necessary.
Ooh, shots fired there by Dave Rubin. And to be fair, a lot of the Young Turks fans do not like the direction that the Young Turks are taking and have been taking, especially Cenk, since Donald Trump's election. They are calling them grifters. They are calling them sellouts. They are, in the comment section under their videos saying, I've had enough. What happened to the Young Turks? They just flip-flopping on everything. So Dave Rubin makes a good point there. He's pointing out what is happening.
And I don't think...
It doesn't mean I'm a Dave Rubin fan, by the way. I don't follow him at all. So I would have to... you can let me know what you think of him in the comments.
That many people will buy it.
Well, Cenk, let me put to you, Cenk, something that Laura... Hang on, Cenk, hang on. Cenk, hang on. I'm gonna read you something, just to see your reaction. But Laura Loomer called you out on X, as you know, and she said this: you are the radical left, Cenk Ujgur. You're a con artist and an opportunistic grifter who's gotten rich off demonizing President Trump, calling his supporters fascists and Nazis, promoting open borders, glorifying Hamas, and pushing conspiracy theories about Trump for 9 years. If you want forgiveness, get on your filthy knees and pray to Allah, because you aren't welcome on the right and you aren't ever going to find a redemption arc no matter how hard you pander. And she goes on and on. I'm going to keep calling you out every time you try to move an inch closer to many on the right, because you're too dense and too dumb, because they're too dense and too dumb to decode your subversion. But
wow, that's like a nuclear bomb tweet there. Piers Morgan did not read this paragraph on the top there. Take a look. You promote mental... So this is still Laura Loomer talking to Cenk. You promote mental illness to the deranged progressive left, and now you're trying to wiggle your way into the middle and over to the right so you can poison MAGA with your subhuman political takes and nonsensical toxic waste that spews out of your mouth. Whoa. What a bitch slap.
But I'm not. So, look, there are lots of people on the right who think that you're on some great move here to, as she puts it, wiggle your way into the middle and over to the right, so you can then poison MAGA with your, as she puts it, subhuman political takes. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay, so look, this is, people like Laura Loomer and Dave Rubin are the exact problem. And I think actually somebody else on this panel knows part of the solution. That's Dave Smith. And I want to come back to that in a second. So when you have people like Dave Rubin switch all of their positions, what happens is when you go to do nuance and you say, hey guys, hold on, let me explain, hold on. Yeah. Hey, go pleasure Trump again. Go pleasure Trump again.
Do you know that
he goes from Bernie to Trump and pretends. Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
I tell people what I believe in.
What do you believe in? You believed in something yesterday. You don't believe in anything today.
Yeah, what position? What position do you think I hold that I don't honestly believe?
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer Trump?
Yeah, what position do I say that I believe that I don't really believe? Go ahead.
Brother, you went on Fox News with Tucker Carlson. You went on Tucker Carlson on Fox News and said gay people, that the fact that the fire department was recruiting gay people was why there was forest fires. You're a national embarrassment, okay?
Right. If
You
anyone
pleasure
honestly
those
believes
guys
that,
for a
Piers,
living.
you can
It's
pull up the clip
disgusting,
tomorrow if you want.
okay?
I was
You
talking
can
about
pull up the
diversity,
clip. You
equity,
can
and
pull up the
inclusion,
clip.
that you shouldn't hire
Can I
people
answer Pierce's
based on their
question?
genitals or their sexual orientation. And we now all know that. You have been one of the prime pushers of all of this neo-racism. I believe in meritocracy, that whether you're going to be a doctor or a firefighter or a basketball player or anything else, you should be hired on your qualifications, not your genitals or sexual orientation or skin color.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cenk just getting absolutely roasted on this panel here. And the others haven't even talked yet. Yeah, I think it's okay. So I agree. I agree with all this, actually, because Cenk, yes, he's been saying what to Young Turks listeners he's been saying things which are questionable to them. They're very dubious. They're upset, a lot of them. They don't know where he's going. And it does seem like he's reaching out, he just wants to discuss and talk to the right, not demonize, all that sort of thing. But that's what the Young Turks have been doing easily since Trump was first elected. They completely melted down after Trump was elected the first time. And they spent the next years after that just completely, like what Laura Loomer said in her tweet, demonizing conservatives and right-wingers and all that. And now that Trump has been reelected, they can't handle it. They're just melting down. They're freaking out. And they know that something is changing. The zeitgeist is changing. The world is changing. And they're getting left behind. And they have to do something about it because nobody wants what they're selling. So it's yet another example of the whole Trump effect. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. And I think we'll see a lot more of the left eating their own. Let's hope and pray for that. I certainly do. And we're going to see some shifting alignments because that's just the way the world works. So let me know what you think about all this. I find it very interesting. And I think it's going to, Trump hasn't even taken office yet, for God's sake. He was only elected a month and a half ago. It's amazing. Amazing to see. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've been reading all the comments recently, been replying to quite a few. And while you're at it, like and subscribe really helps me grow the channel and continue making content for you.